Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So like the usual, I'm just going to be going over the trades I took for the week. So this week was actually a pretty was just another standard. Pretty much ended up in a loss. Honestly, I should have only taken one trade, which was the German 30 trade I took. And the other ones I took, I didn't necessarily need to take them, but it just had a setup for my strategy. So whenever there's a setup, I'm more likely or more inclined to take the setup. That's why I ended up taking the setup. So the first one's going to be GU. It's kind of simple, not simple, it's kind of like straightforward. The reason why I entered, we have a bullish shooting star followed by a bullish engulf, and as you can see, price is in a range right here. So I saw price broke this little range was in to the bigger range, so I waited for price to retrace a little bit and said at this area put my stop loss below the support of the range and put my take profit where the top of the range is. And the thing with this trade is that I don't think this trade ever did well for me to begin with. I think the trade just started tanking. Plus also I didn't risk that much. I risked like 0.3% because again this trade didn't look that favorable. But again, yeah, it just started retracing, and I believe I closed all my trades, I believe like Thursday, after the US and the UK agreed a trade deal, because that was when all my trades just went whatever way they wanted to go. Because at a certain point they were going a certain way, but then once that deal was announced, currencies just started going a certain way, and just the opposite of what they were doing before. Another one I entered was gold. I feel like gold is pretty like simple to see why I entered. Just 2 consecutive days of bullish movement, so obviously, and gold has been doing well for a couple of weeks, so I just thought as a simple entry. I didn't risk too much for this one either. I risked like 0.6%. Stop loss was below all this price action right here, so I won't get caught, and take profit was going to be set at a new high because I entered close to a all-time high. And price again just retraced and retraced, and then after the deal was announced, it just retraced and stop loss got hit. Silver, same thing as gold, 2 consecutive days of bullish engulf, so I took my entry, put my take profit where all this price action is going now, which I feel like will get hit, and then put my stop loss below the support zone. And this trade pretty much didn't do anything, and it was just pretty much at break even the entire week. Next trade was dollar yen, and the reason why I took this trade, 3 black crow price action, price retraced to the resistance zone and then couldn't break it, so it started tanking. So I felt like that was an obvious, like, okay, we have a good support zone right here, so we're probably gonna be fine. And price started tanking at first, but then started retracing, and then the news came out of the trade deal and then retraced and hit my stop loss. So that's a pretty recurring theme for a lot of the currency trades I took, because most of the currencies I trade are based with the US dollar. So here's another one too, Aussie dollar. It's pretty simple for me to enter, really. The price action pretty much gave me all I needed. Bullish engulf right here followed by another bullish shooting star, so I entered that. And again, just like the other trades, price tanked, trade deal. Again, this is another one that I thought like no brainer, price being skyrocketing, but again, trade deal announced, the dollar starts to strengthen because of that announcement. So yeah, that's why I'm usually trying to avoid a lot of like dollar pairs or dollar currencies, because of just a lot of the tariff stuff going on. So the market just like going like sideways, bouncing up and down. Just any news makes price go up or tanks it, so it's kind of annoying in a way. But yeah, also all these trades I risk like less than 0.7% for each of them, because again, things don't look in my favor. The whole volatility in the market is not good. Plus, although I did have an entry, the setup wasn't that strong, so there's that factor into it as well. Now to the one trade that actually took me a profit. Again, bullish engulf followed by another bullish engulf. So I actually ended up taking 2 trades for this. The first one I took was in profit. I think I was up like $400 or something like that. That was the only trade I took at that time before I entered all the other currency trades. So that trade was at $400 in profit, so I decided to trail and stop it. So no matter what happens, if it tanks, at least I close in a small profit. Price ended up tanking, closed me out, so I entered the trade again. And again, the trade ended up being a profit as well. This was the only trade that I actually wanted to take. The other trades I took, again, like I said, I wasn't as confident in it. This trade I ended up risking like 2% for both of those entries because I was somewhat confident in this trade as opposed to the currency ones. Reason being is because DAX 30 is a German-based index. It's not US-based, so it shouldn't be too affected by like any tariff news or any like tweets or anything like that. So yeah, I've just been trying to limit my losses as much as possible because again, there really isn't that much stability in the markets, at least in my opinion. It's a lot, especially if you trade like dollar pairs or like US based things like indices or currencies, just because of a lot of like back and forth trade deals, whatever anyone wants to say, this and that. It's just a lot of volatility, and I'm usually like a trend trader or like a swing trader, so I usually like follow the trend. So if the trend is going back and forth between buying and selling, then there's not really a trend to trade, and there's a better market for like scalpers and things of that nature, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. If you like it, leave a like, subscribe, share it to a friend if might need it. Leave any comments down below, any thoughts, inputs you want to share. And thank you for sticking with me. If you've been sticking with me for this long, I know it's kind of boring. I know it's kind of like, oh, when is this guy gonna actually pass the funded? When is he actually gonna get the account? It's a process. I'm gonna be honest. I'm actually kind of surprised myself that I'm not at least like 5% already. So yeah, it's a progress. At least I haven't lost the account. That's all I can say. It's, yeah.